Hi all. Today's video tutorial is going to be very informative. Today we are going to see assertion in TestNG. So what is assertion? For example, if I want to compare an expected value with an actual value, right? So I can go for assertion in TestNG. So whenever it comes to assertion, we have something called as hard assert and we have something called as soft assert. So what is the difference between hard assert and soft assert? So hard assert throws assertion error as soon as an assertion step fails in the script and it doesn't go ahead with the next line of step and it immediately jumps to the next test method. Okay, so if you go for hard assert and if your assertion fails, that means your expected value doesn't match with the actual value. In that case, what it will do, it will throw assertion error and it immediately jumps to the next test method and it will not go ahead with the next line of step. Okay, so we have few examples, like we have something called as assert true. Okay, then we have something called assert false, assert equals. So here you can give actual and expected value. Okay, and here you can give either true or false. Okay, now what is soft assert? So soft assert doesn't throw assertion error when an assertion step fails. So it collects all the exceptions during runtime. So to know the status, to know the status, you have to call assert all method at the end of the test case, at the end of the test method or test case. So when it comes to soft assert, first we have to create an object of soft assert. So we can create like this: soft assert, say assertion is equal to new soft assert. Okay, then we can mention like this: assertion dot assert true. Here we can expect either true or false. Okay, similarly we can write like this: assert false. Here also we can either expect true or false, and we have something called as assert equals. So here we need to provide actual value and expected value. Okay, and at last we need to call assertion dot assert all. Okay, so let's see an example. So I'll go to Eclipse, and this is my TestNG features class. Okay, if you see here, I have given one assertion, right? This is my assertion step. So if I try to write something after this, a system.out.println, and I'll write here say uh, login test complete. Login test complete. Okay. So now if I run this particular test, okay, I'm making it true as of now. Enabled is equal to true. And here also I'll write enabled is equal to true. Okay. So intentionally I'm making this particular test case fail. Okay. So if this particular assertion step fails, it will not execute this statement. It will directly jump to the next test method. Let's see. Let me run this particular script. Okay, so if you see, I had total 6 test cases, out of which 4 test cases passed and 1 test case failed and 1 test case got skipped. Okay, so if you see, if I go to console, right, this is my console only. Mm, See, this particular test case got failed, right? Login. Okay, so but it didn't execute this particular statement, login test complete. Why? Because here we got the assertion error, and after that it immediately jumped to this particular test method. So to avoid this, what we can do is we can go for subt assert. Okay, so how to do that? For example, here I will write like this: subt assert assertion is equal to new subt assert. Okay, and this has to be imported. So basically it's a class which comes from org.stng.asserts package. So this is the reference variable and this is the object. Okay, so now here what I have to do is, instead of assert, I just have to write here assertion. Okay, let me take one more test case also. Say this check-in box, right? So here I'll write here assertion dot assert equals. Okay, so basically I am expecting 10 messages. Okay, for example, I have 10 messages. Sorry, suppose I am expecting 10 messages, but during runtime I found 12 messages. Okay, that means here expected value doesn't match with the actual value, right? So here also assertion will get failed, and here I'll write here system.out.println check inbox functionality or check inbox test complete. I'll write like this. Okay. So now instead of using hard assert, I'm going to use soft assert. Okay. So I'll write here assertion. Oh, I have already used. Okay. Assertion dot assert equals, right? So now if I run the script, let's see what will happen. So I had 6 test cases and all the test cases got passed. But that should not be the case, right? Because here I'm expecting true value, but I got false. And here my expected value doesn't match with the actual value, right? Still the test cases got passed. Why? Because we didn't call assert all method at the last of the test method. That's what I told you, right? So to fail this particular test case, what we have to do is we have to call assertion dot assert all. Okay. Here also you have to write like that. Remember, this should be the last statement of your test method. Okay. Where you are calling assert all method. And now if you run the script, yes, the test cases got failed, right? And if you go to console also, if you go to console, you can see here I am getting right login test complete. Okay. So this statement has been written immediately after your assertion step. Okay. Uh, so it skipped this particular test method as it has dependency on your login. So what I will do, I will just remove the dependency now. Okay. And again I will run it so that this particular test method will also get executed. Okay. So let me run one more time. Okay. So this time out of 6 test cases, 4 test cases got passed and 2 got failed. Okay. So if I go to console, I can see those statements. Okay. So if you see login test complete and check inbox test complete. Okay. So if you go for soft assertion, right? So even if your assertion step fails, it will not immediately jump to the next test method. It will go ahead with the next line of step. So let's summarize this again. So if you go for hard assert and your assertion step gets failed, okay, so it doesn't go ahead with the next line of step. It immediately jumps to the next test method. That's what we saw. But if you go for soft assert and your assertion step gets failed, so basically it collects all the exceptions during runtime, and to know the status you have to call assert all method at the end of the test method. Okay. So basically you have to create an object of soft assert class, and using that object you can call this method assert all method at the end of your test method. So I hope now you found the difference between hard assert and soft assert. Thank you for watching this video.